All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coach Anderson. Actually, thought it was Gable. All right, so what we're doing is we are actually trying to find B right here. All right, if you remember earlier, we gave you foldables to help you figure out what vocab words help you associate different types of angles. All right, so I'm going to do number one, then Ms. Gable's going to do number two. All right, so let's look at number one. Right now we have a mess. We have a line going straight through, and then we have two rays going off that is located and generated from this vertex right here. All right, and what we need to look at is which two angles do we know? We know that B is what we're looking for, and 59 is what we know. Okay, well, if we have a line, and you should remember it, we gave you the foldable. All right, it has a total of 180 degrees. 180 degrees. All right, and that would be a part of a linear pair. Okay, a linear pair is where two angles form a line. So here's our line. So this angle and this angle can form a linear pair. And also this angle and this angle. Right here and right here. So B plus 59 degrees. All right, so what we do is we need to add both B and 59 degrees. And what will it equal? Ding, 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 180 degrees. Okay, so B plus 59 equals 180. Okay. So the next step would be to subtract 59 to get B all alone. What you got to do to one side, you got to do the other. Bring B down, and 180 minus 59 is 121. And that is in degrees, so do not forget that. Other than that, it is on to Miss Gable.
People, so Gable here. Now, Mr. Anderson did our linear pair, and so what we have on number two, we have what appears to be one angle on the left and one angle on the right. And so what we can tell by looking at them, are they adjacent? Are they connected? Are they side by side? No, they're not. They're across from each other. So what happens is, in class, we talked about these little arcs. Okay, I can put an arc there. I can put an arc there. I can be lazy. I can tell you, I already told you that it's congruent because we got those two blue marks right there. Okay, so congruent angles. I hope you're thinking of something rhymes with schmertical, maybe vertical. Okay, these are vertical angles. All right, and so what you know about vertical angles? Vertical angles must be, looks like an equal sign. Got a little specialness with it. Congruent. They got to be congruent. So if my angle on the right is 68 degrees, that means my angle on the left, I'm going to cover it up. Can't see my answer. 68 degrees. There we go. So B in this case is 68 degrees. Boom, boom, boom. And we're done. So we got number three here. So what you got to notice about number three is that there's a red box at the corner. What does the red box mean? Oh my God. We've got 90-degree angles. Okay. So our vocabulary word for 90-degree angles, we got a pair right here. They are, it's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. They are complementary with an E. Okay. That's why I have a math degree. They're complementary angles. What do we know about complementary angles? They are together equal to 90 degrees. There's their sum. So remember in class what I said, a shortcut to get ourselves a two-step equation, which you may want to do, and it may help you out. I'm going to combine like terms before I even set up my equation. So what I'm going to do is I got a 3x here and I got an x there. So I'm going to just put those together. 3x and x, 4x. And then over here, I got a 12 and a 2. So I'm going to add those together. 12 and 2, that's 14. Together, those two angles equal 90. Okay, so now look at that. You got yourself a two-step. One step, two-step. All right, so draw my line. What I do on one side, I got to do to the other. So I want to get rid of the 14 because I need to isolate this and get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 14 on both sides. Got to be fair. Okay, so what that leaves me with on the left side for x, y, because the 14s, they become a 0. It's gone. And on the right side, I got 90 minus 14. Got a 6. Got a 7. 76. All right. So, but hey, don't forget, there's an equal sign in the middle there. All right. So 47, 47. Where did that come from? 4x equals 76. Okay. Hopefully you thought your next step is to divide. We divide both sides by 4 because that's the only way to get a 1 to make the 4s go away. Look, that's Mr. Anderson pen. This guy. All right. So now what we left with is a x. X equal 4 goes into. Oh my God. All right. 4 goes into 7 one time. Okay. So 4, that's 36. And so it's a 9 because it's 8. Jesus. I'm doing my next video by myself. This guy. Sometimes you can't have company over. All right. And that's why your parents say no company over when I'm not home. There you go. So x equals 19. And you know what? I did that whole problem and I didn't even put the directions on there. But because I didn't put the directions on there, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat. And here's how I'm going to cheat. That was the directions. Find the value of x. We just found x. We're done.
All right. And Miss Gable thinks she's funny. But all right, let's go on to the next problem. Number 4. All right. Right now we have this angle right here and this angle right here. All right. They did not give us anything next to either angle. And it looks like these two are on the exactly opposite side of the vertex right here. So since they are on the opposite sides, all right, you also know it as vertical angles. Vertical angles. If you are in my class, you obviously know that I have terrible handwriting. But as long as you can hear me, you're good. Okay, so with vertical angles, we also went and know that vertical angles in your foldable says they are congruent. And since they are congruent, then you would literally do 4x plus 3 equals 83 degrees. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. 4x plus 3, leave it in parentheses, equals 83 degrees. All right, so let's go ahead and do our two-step as Ms. Gable said earlier. Let's go ahead and subtract our 3 from both sides. Get 4x on its own. 3 cancels, and now we're down to 80. Ooh, good even number. Love it.
No fair.
All right, 4x equals 80, and the next is to divide by 4. They can see it. Next is x equals 80 divided by 4 is
76.
20. All right, and since we are only looking for x, we know that this is our match.
But if you plug it in, you'll get 4 times 20 plus 3. 4
Which
times 20.
gets you
80
83.
plus 3, 83. We did it right.
Yeah, that's why we did this, because we're looking for x.
Hey, y'all. Okay, so number 5. Number 5, you got a picture of it right there. Okay, we got an angle over here, and it is 47 degrees. And then we have this much larger angle over here, and it is 5x plus 3. Okay, so those two angles, they happen to be sitting on a line. And since they're sitting on a line, we're going to say that these are a linear pair. Okay, and don't forget that linear pairs, they are supplementary. Okay, meaning that they should equal 180 degrees. So what we want to do is set up ourselves an equation, because no matter what, if we got a straight line, it got to equal 180. So I'm going to do what I do with my problems. I'm going to combine like terms while I set up my equation. So what it's going to look like, well, I got a 5x right here. but no other x's in my linear pair. So my equation is going to have 5x, and then I have 3 here and 47 here. So I'm going to add 47 and 3 together and get 50, but no matter what, I'm going to set these two angles equal to 180 degrees. That's their sum. I shouldn't have put that degree somewhere, but that's okay. All right, so I got my two-step equation. I'm going to do my 2 steps, and then I'm going to be done. So I need to isolate this and get the x by itself. So what I'm going to do is subtract 50 on both sides. What you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So we get 50 minus 50. That's 0. It's gone. What I am left with on the left-hand side is 5x. And on the right-hand side, I got 180 minus 50, 130. Okay, so then my very last step, because I want to get x completely by itself, is to divide by 5 on both sides. And so what we left with, 5 divided by 5 is a 1. So I have x equals 26. Okay, we put a box around it. We just found out what x equals. All right, y'all, so that's going to bring this video to a close.
Good evening. Bye.
Really? Okay, so Miss Gable has tutoring on Mondays and Thursdays, and so does Mr. Anderson. Remember that we always want you to give it a try, and we care about you. So if you need any help Mondays and Thursdays, we are here to support you.
Wow. See ya.
They couldn't even see your fingers.
See ya.
Wow.